Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode of Yassi Lap Guides. My name is Sir Foch, and today we're taking the Lamborghini Huracan EVO2 around Zandvoort. Fortunately, we still have the old version of this circuit, no fancy banking here yet, but either way, it's nice to know your way around here. Lambo, pretty tricky to drive as it usually is. Note to everyone, if you want to get the most out of this car, kind of 0 TC is where it's at. Unfortunately, I have too much of a skill issue to really drive the car like that, so I generally don't touch that. So the pace is gonna also be not quite there, but either way, I'm gonna do my best to show you around this circuit. Quite a tricky, twisty track, very difficult to overtake here. As you can see, the rear is very happy to step out, so using the GT3 is also kind of fine. It's surely slower than 0, but so is 1, so we might as well just not spin everywhere and just use the TC. So the setup for the hot lap starts already here. You always want a very good exit here, so that is quite important, as any speed you carry through the last corner, you're also gonna carry on your flying lap. For turn 1, braking point, we're looking at the red line going across the track and braking just before it. Pretty deep trail brake into turn 1, definitely don't want to touch the inside curb. Can go quite wide on the exit. Here we're braking like a car length or maybe a little bit more before the curb ends on the left, and here we're braking a car length or so after the curb ends on the left. So a lot of curb spotting here. Also very careful on the exits, because when you get into that oversteer you lose a lot of time, as you can see. For this one, braking a bit more again than a car length after the curb. That's a little bit too wide there, and here we're braking again car length after the white line, and also the overpass. Be careful not to go wide. For this one, we're braking on the first hint of rubber line forming on the racing line, and here it's a good idea to brake roughly when the ambulance car leaves your field of view. Being careful on exits is basically the key of lap time here. The lower TC you can get away with, the better. Once again, around the car length after the white line or into the rubber marks. Little tap of the brakes for that chicane middle part, and here we're braking when the tarmac surface starts on the right side, and the last corner is definitely easy flat. And that is lap guide of Zandvoort. Not really too much interesting here on page 1. A little bit positive though. TC 1 or 3. I think I used 1 for hot lap, but it's not that big of a deal. If you can't get away with 0, using whatever makes you lose less time on exits from doing drifts is gonna be faster. Mechanical grip wise, we're now running no bumps of range on the rear, which might be a bit of a mistake, especially for a longer race format, but for quality this works okay, even though the pace is quite far from what the top Lambo guys can do, but it's a very difficult car for me to get the most pace out of, as you might have noticed during these series. Either way, pretty meta dampers in 1.9 and a lot of rake with max wing. Seems to be working relatively okay. The car is a bit sketchy on the exit, so maybe adding a little bit more traction with the bumps of range, or maybe a bit softer rear springs could help in consistency. But either way, I'm gonna leave you off with a hot lap and see you on the next one.